As you can tell from the intro, I absolutely love Plants vs. Zombies. It was one of the first mobile games I ever played back in 2010, and I completely grew up with it. Today is the 13-year birthday of Plants vs. Zombies, and I wanted to make a video on my favorite mobile series. Plants vs. Zombies was a game popularized by the mobile community and turned into a widespread series with several sequels and several spin-off games. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm ARipeBanana, and welcome to 13 years of Plants vs. Zombies. In the year 2000, John Vici, Brian Feet, and Jason Kopalka founded the company Sexy Action Cool, later renamed to PopCap Studios. One of the first games they ever made was a strip poker game? Am I reading this right? Anyways, the poker game mainly served as a revenue stream for future titles. Their first game after they changed their company name was Bejeweled, a gem swapping game that was supported on all platforms back in 2002. Later that year, PopCap Studios would receive a Computer Gaming World Hall of Fame award for Bejeweled. Then, in 2005, the year I was born, they expanded with the company of Sprout Games, the same people who made the Feeding Frenzy series. Then only 1 year later, PopCap Studios became international, setting its headquarters in Dublin, Ireland to work on mobile games, marketing, and serious business like every other company at the time. It only took 5 short years for PopCap to make it to where they were, and in such a short amount of time, no one knew where it would eventually lead them. The director overseeing the game before 2009, named George Fan, wanted to create a game between a cute and gritty theme. They wanted everyone to be able to experience this game, so they made it easy for casual gamers and appealing it to experienced gamers. This inspired him to create a pretty easy dynamic for both, making it into a tower defense game with inspiration from his earlier title, Insane Aquarium and Warcraft 3 tower defense mods. He thought that the towers in the mod would be funny if they were replaced by plants. And that sounds strikingly similar to something I'm talking about. George Fan also wanted to include elements from card games like Magic the Gathering, whereas you customize your own special card deck in the game. This inspired George to design Plants vs. Zombies with seed packets, as they are called, instead of the original idea of a conveyor belt that distributed random plants to the player. Now, Insane Aquarium set the foundations for Plants vs. Zombies. Not only did it obviously help with setting George Fan up in game design, but almost everything about it set up the foundations for Plants vs. Zombies. Insane Aquarium has a system where as you progress onwards, you have newer fish to use for gameplay. In Plants vs. Zombies, it has the same system. You advance and gain newer plants to use for gameplay. The game also has heavy inspiration from movies, like Swiss Family Robinson, where the movie was the sole inspiration for the creation of the potato mine. George loved the mine so much that he loved seeing a zombie step on the mine and blowing up into pieces covered in mashed potatoes. This man had a serious love towards the game. Then on April 1st, 2009, PopCap Studios out of nowhere decided to launch a music video of a special mobile game called Plants vs. Zombies. The music video is about a sunflower who, quote, doesn't want zombies on their lawn. Go have a listen if you are interested. A trailer for Plants vs. Zombies was released on April 22nd, 2009, and received over thousands of views in only a couple of days. People were actually excited for the game, because it looked special, and the trailer gave us a certain wit to it that no other company had at the time. Even a demo was made for the trailer that offered 30 minutes of playtime, and this skyrocketed hype. Then on May 5th, 2009, PopCap Studios released the game after an incredibly fun demo on Steam and Mac OS. After a little bit, the game launched on mobile on February 15th, 2010, and the HD version of the game was released on iPad on March 31st, 2010. Then, on August 10th, 2010, a re-release of the game was available on PC that was deemed the Game of the Year edition, with several new additions and reworks. It was mainly used as an upgrade for the people who had the original version, which makes PopCap an actually good company. On September 8th, 2010, an Xbox version of the game was introduced to the consoles, introducing several new gameplay modes and features alongside making the game generally better. Introducing it to the consoles in 2010 was a great idea, showcasing its popularity and showing it to the hyped console players due to games like, Red Dead Redemption. It helps by garnering in more audience to play it, and this meant that the game wasn't going anywhere. A Nintendo DS version was released on January 28th, 2011, with unique content added to the platform. Like the Xbox version, it added new features, and whoever played it got different experiences every single time. On February 8th, 2011, PopCap released the game to PlayStation 3 with adding a new co-op and versus mode that was introduced in the Xbox version. Then the game introduced itself on Android devices on May 31st, 2011. In only 2 short years, Plants vs. Zombies 1 was a raging success, with it being played by millions of people over several platforms. And with PopCap constantly updating and releasing the game on different platforms, it meant that this game wasn't going anywhere due to their insane dedication. But now here's the real question: how does gameplay hold up today? Plants vs. Zombies 1 is a game where you need to strategize with certain plants like sunflowers, pea shooters, walnuts, mines, cherry bombs in order to keep zombies from entering your house and killing you. It works exactly like a tower defense simulator where you need to understand your enemy's movements whilst placing down the right things in order to win. Sure, strategy games like this existed before Plants vs. Zombies, but Plants vs. Zombies had a certain unique charm to it. Alongside its amazing accessibility, it really was a gem to behold. Every level there is a new variation of zombie, where you need to pick the certain plants in order to defend against them. These include the conehead zombies, buckethead zombies, newspaper zombies, screen door zombies, and many, many more that will show up in your various playthroughs. Every zombie besides the default ones have their own unique trait, like, for example, the dancing zombie raises other zombies from graves to dance with him, garnering his own little 4-man army. The pole jumping zombie can jump over one blade of grass covered by your defenses and get in front or behind your plants. I think you get the picture. The game also has a day and night cycle, where every second level it becomes night and you need to strategize with different plants. The game's currency is sun, where you need to use the sun in order to buy different plants in your arsenal. The daytime drops down sun for you in order to pick up, doubling your sun amount, whilst nighttime, which obviously doesn't have the sun, doesn't drop sun and you have to absolutely rely on sunflowers in order to get sun. The day and night are very different in comparison to each other, whereas nighttime, again, has totally different plants that you need to use in order to win. The day doesn't allow you to use your nighttime plants, so you have to rely on ones that work in the day. It is an incredibly easy and simple game mechanic, and yet it works so perfectly with gameplay. Also, don't tell anyone I told you this, but you can actually use your nighttime plants in daytime if you have a coffee bean. You start out with 6 slots for your plants. A few levels in, Crazy Dave gives you another slot for free when you get a certain amount of money. Oh yeah, Crazy Dave is a character in the game, by the way, completely iconic. His name is Crazy Dave for a reason, he even states it himself. Anyways, Crazy Dave gives you the 7th slot for free basically and opens up his shop to you a few levels down the line. The shop upgrades have an amazing upgrades, where you can mutate your sunflowers into 2, have your pea shooter turn into a Gatling pea shooter firing 4 peas at a time, and I think you understand the gist of it now. Every 10 levels, a zombie drops a note saying that they will launch a full-scale invasion on your house. This inclines the game to turn into walnut bowling, or give you random plant types on a slider without having to spend any sun. You can get some pretty insane games like this one I got here. This changes up gameplay by a lot, which gives, again, Plants vs. Zombies its amazing uniqueness. You are never doing the exact same thing, it is always transitioning into something different, keeping you on your toes with a new zombie type or a completely new game element. On levels 1 through 10, you are on a simple front yard of your house, which the game throws very common zombies at you. Levels 2 to 10 implements the new nighttime feature, which completely shifts gameplay. Levels 3 to 10 gives a 2x6 swimming pool right in the middle of your backyard, which you need lily pads to place down in order to put down your plants. Level 4 to 10 adds nighttime again, this time with an ominous fog overlapping 2, 3, 4 blades of grass. The difference in contrast for the night and day cycle is absolutely flooring. This game came out 13 years ago and understood how to make gameplay amazing, better than most games at the time. If a mobile game could reach this amount of praise, I think any game can. Levels 5 to 10 is obviously one of the hardest levels to beat. The game constantly throws different zombies at you, like the Bungee zombie, Ladder zombie, Discord mod zombie, and the Gargantuar zombie. Level 5 to 9 is constant barrage of zombie after zombie until the final zombie kill on level 5-9. You get a note from a man named Dr. Zomboss, and he is frustrated that you haven't given up your brains and is going to come and get your brains himself. The fight with Zomboss is incredibly well made, with him constantly inventing new ways to attack your plants by sending normal zombies to head on your plants, drop bungee zombies from his hand, create fireballs and ice balls to roll over your plants. The new moves never stop coming. This battle is super unexpected, but amazingly well performed. Now, after fighting Zomboss and defeating him, he accepts defeat and surrenders, and then the zombie drops a note apologizing and say they just want to create a music video with you to apologize. Now, whoa. Hold on there. This video isn't over yet. Not even by a long shot. No. We still have so much more to discuss. Like, check out these cool minigames and cool puzzles here. Yes, after you beat the game or at any time, you can access the minigames in the puzzles section where you can go through either 20 minigames or 18 different puzzles. Let's talk about the minigames section first. Keep in mind, I'm about to talk about all 20 minigames here, so if you don't want to listen to that, you can skip to the puzzles section. I'm sure Future Banana will have a chapters section in this video. The first minigame is Zombotany, where the zombies have either pea shooters or walnuts on the top of their heads. They can shoot the pea shooters off their heads, but have the same amount of health, while the walnut head zombies take a ridiculous amount of health, exactly like a walnut. The second minigame is Walnut Bowling, where it is exactly what it is named after, Walnut Bowling. You bowl either small walnuts or exploding walnuts into zombies behind a red line where you have to roll the walnuts. The zombies are pretty common ones, like bucket heads or cone heads, so it really isn't that challenging. The third minigame is Slot Machine, where you gamble on a slot machine with sun to get random plants in order to kill the zombies with. The rewards range from walnuts to ice pea shooters to sunflowers to normal pea shooters, and I think you understand now. The fourth minigame is It's Raining Seeds, where it places you in a mixture between the pool level, night level, and fog level. The minigame rains seeds from the sky in order for you to pick them up, and it could be literally anything. It could be 1,000 lily pads or 1,000 repeater pea shooters. It is all up to RNG. The fifth minigame is Begooled, where the game gives you a field full of random plants where you need to match 3 plants in order to make a triple. It works exactly like Bejeweled, which is why you can assume it is called Begooled instead of Bejeweled. The sixth minigame is Invisighoul, where it is normal plants versus zombies, but every single enemy is invisible, hence the name Invisighoul. The seventh minigame is Seeing Stars, where the game gives you a random pattern of stars that you will need to fill out with the star plant. The eighth minigame is Zombiquarium, where it plays exactly like PopCap Studios' earlier title to Plants vs. Zombies 1, Insaniquarium. The ninth minigame is Begooled Twist, where instead of being able to move the plants left, right, up, or down, you need to twist the plants in a 360 degree to make a triple pair. The 10th minigame is Big Trouble Little Zombie, where it is exactly again like normal Plants vs. Zombies, but it gives you the slider to pick whatever plant the RNG gods give you, and also all of the zombies are really tiny. The 11th minigame is Portal Combat, where it has the same slider as Big Trouble Little Zombie, but on the field there are portals zombies can walk through, and every couple of minutes the portals change to a different area on the field. The 12th minigame is Call 'em Like You See 'em, where the game gives you the same slider, but this time the level is located on the roof. You're given whatever the RNG gods give you, and if you place them down, it puts the plant on all the pots to the left and right where you click. The 13th minigame is Bobsled Bonanza, where the zombies on the ice vehicles place ice for the bobsled zombies to slide in and be transported onto the field. Kind of a very hard one. The 14th minigame is Zombie Nimble Zombie Quick, and it is normal Plants vs. Zombies, but what if the developers sped up the gameplay by 2 times speed? The 15th minigame is Whack-A-Zombie, where you have to whack the zombies with a wooden mallet to prevent them from entering your house and eating you. The 16th minigame is Last Stand, where it is normal Plants vs. Zombies, but you are given 5,000 sun to work with and no sunflowers are allowed to be equipped. You are capped at 5,000 and that's it. You need to pick whatever is in your arsenal to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself for 5 flags, aka 5 hordes of zombies. The 17th minigame is Zombotany 2, where it is exactly like Zombotany 1, but this time the zombies have larger walnuts on their heads, Gatling pea shooters, or a squash head, for example. The 18th minigame is Walnut Bowling 2, and it is Walnut Bowling, but fucking impossible and dog shit and horrible, and I spent 2.5 hours trying to beat this god off. Just listen to my reaction when I realized I won. It's... oh my god. Yes! Fuck yes! Oh my god! Thank God. I'm so happy. The 19th minigame is Pogo Party, where the level is located on the roof and is mainly pogo stick zombies. This one is also extremely annoying. The last and final minigame is Dr. Zomboss's Revenge, where Zomboss gathered up his zombie army and repaired his mech suit to try and fight you again. Now, the puzzle section in this game is a little bit more different to the minigames. Some minigames are completely copy and pasted from the every 5 level minigames, so they aren't that crazy. But the vase-breaking puzzle and zombie puzzles are very interesting, and I'm glad they exist. This one will be quick, as the Lucy, what the fuck? This one will be quick, as the vase-breaking puzzle and zombie puzzles aren't that varying in gameplay. Now, the vase-breaking puzzles requires you to break vases in order to get the plants you need. Now, you may be saying, where are the zombies? Well, the zombies are located in the vases alongside the plants, so you never truly know if an entire row will be a line of zombies or a line of double pea shooters. It is a complete guess, but the game gives you a safety where it labels 2 vases as guaranteed plants they can use for defense to open other ones. I actually like the vase-breaking ones, as I have to use my gamer brain in order to complete them. The zombie puzzles are puzzles in which you help the zombies in order to invade houses better. The game gives you a randomly generated field of plants where you start with 150 sun in order to properly eat all 5 brains on the other side of the plants. This, like the vase-breaking puzzles, requires you to use your gamer brain in order to finish the objective. Now, I really love these zombie puzzles because they are actually fun and make me feel like a zombie like them. I almost forgot to talk about the survival section of the game. Yes, the game has a section where it places you in normal Plants vs Zombies and you need to survive either 5 or 10 zombie hordes and get their flags. There are 5 starting levels that play on different maps and then 5 harder levels that are obviously harder. Now that I talked about the minigames and puzzles, it sure feels like the video is done. But oh no, you are very wrong, my dear friends. I feel like it is a genuine crime to not speak about the Plants vs Zombies soundtrack. Laura Shigehara is the composer and creator of the entire Plants vs Zombies soundtrack, and without her, I think this game wouldn't be as intense and iconic. Her amazing understanding of music is incredible, showcasing her raw talent as depicted in the Zomboss battle theme. Lucy, can you stop walking over my keyboard? You then transition over to a very calming and relaxing front yard theme, which is, I believe, is one of the most iconic themes in gaming history. Anyone who knows anyone knows exactly what this theme belongs to. I will give you a few tastes of the soundtrack, and if you're interested at all, please go and listen to every single one of the songs on the soundtrack. Her work is fucking phenomenal, and I give this 100% without a doubt my favorite soundtrack in any video game. Have a listen. When the iOS version of Plants vs Zombies was released, in the first 9 days the game sold more than 300,000 copies on the App Store. This generated the game an estimation of $1 million in grossing sales, and the companies labeled it as the top grossing iPhone launch. The game was met with high praise from basically everyone in the industry, with a total score of 87 out of 100 from Metacritic and an 88% from Game Rankings. It has over 71,000 reviews total on Steam, with it all being overwhelmingly positive. Plants vs Zombies was nominated for the Casual Game of the Year award back in 2010, and also nominated for the Outstanding Achievement in Game Design award. The game continued to receive nominations for Best Game Design, Innovation, and Best Downloaded Game for the Game Developers' Choice Awards. The game went on to fund the next sequel in the series, Plants vs Zombies 2, where PopCap promised it would be more addictive, more fun, and just generally better. Living up to the hype was not going to be an easy goal, so they poured their heart and soul into this video game. While I was making this video, it was such a trip down memory lane, reliving old memories of playing Plants vs Zombies on my iPad. Me and my brother would play it all the time, and I bonded with my brother amazingly due to this video game. A story of just 3 simple dudes coming together from small beginnings, wanting to make an interactive, humorous, enjoyable, and fantastic tower defense game. Who would have thought that it would lead to the creation of an entire series and an entire community of millions of people behind its back? Plants vs Zombies is a gaming masterpiece, and I urge every game developer to have the aspirations like PopCap had for this game. Ladies and gentlemen, 13 years of Plants vs Zombies has been celebrated, and I hope to celebrate another decade more.